Right, so here's entry 1 of our audio diary. We're going to title it the Shit Chat Chit Chat, because we're going to be chatting shit about our travels as we walk along the stunning beach. So where we are now, I suppose what you're seeing is, well, we just probably left Kuta beach at this stage. I'd say we're on very close to Seminyak beach in Bali, Indonesia. And we're just going for a nice long walk along the beach. I'm going to record a little chit chat, kind of recap over how we managed to come here. From when we left Ireland and started our travels on our emigration to New Zealand.
And that was James Durkin, and I am his co-host Louise Dorr. And just so you know, he says we're starting a little walk. We've already walked 5.5 kilometres along this lovely beach. And I would say we're definitely in Seminyak Beach at this point.
It's there's no big features here, but there's no big walkway down. We're just kind of in front of resorts, so kind of like private-esque beaches. It's not private, but like they kind of have the lottery on it because there's no way of other people getting down to it unless they're walking like maniacs like us.
I think Finn's Beach Club was supposed to be at 8 kilometres, so we're probably
approaching that.
It's still a little bit off.
That's up towards Canggu, where we were a couple of weeks ago. But we'll come back to our whole Bali.
A couple of weeks ago. It was 1 week ago.
A week ago. We'll come back to our Bali experience at a later entry. Today, we're going to talk about, I suppose, where this all started from Ireland. Or Ireland.
You're such a dry host.
Oh, shit. Okay, you do better.
No, I'm the co-host.
No,
I
you're
have
the
to do
co-host.
that.
Okay. So anyway, I suppose we're both physiotherapists, and we both wanted to move to New Zealand.
James, why are you saying this? We're the audience who are going to listen to this.
Explain to you, because I'm not being dry, you know.
Okay.
So we wanted to move to New Zealand, but COVID put a dampener on that. We actually found a picture of a card a few days ago. I showed you at the time. It was a birthday card from your mother to yourself, and it said on it was your 23rd birthday, because you'll probably be spending your 24th birthday in New Zealand.
And lo and behold, we are now 26.
Yeah, and celebrated that in Ireland.
Yeah. I think my mom and dad have put "We will miss you when you go to New Zealand" on every card for the past 4 or 5 years. They're just trying to get rid of me at this stage.
But obviously it wasn't necessarily our fault that we stayed in Ireland. COVID did stop us from emigrating for 2 years. Bit of a dampener there, working in the hospitals and just not having a great time altogether, locked in. So once we got a chance to go, we did our New Zealand applications, which were delayed a long bit.
Which sounds so easy when you say it like that.
It took us about 10 months to do and get put through.
Nah.
8 months?
We started in July, August, September, October, and they were sent by November. So
5 months to do.
5 months to do, with the delays that came with it. Coughing at you, Trinity and the Gardaí. And then it took us 6 months for them to be processed, and that was completely. That was also delays of.
A little bit of delay from your side of things, because your forms that were very similar to mine were rejected, even though mine were fine. But that's because I didn't include my middle name on any of mine, where you included your middle name on some and not all, so that caused a few issues. But alack alas, as they say somewhere.
Alack alas.
They came back at the end of March, start of April.
We have paid all the monies.
They've got all our money.
We're
There's
in.
no money left.
We're in, baby. Well, no, we haven't got a visa yet.
We're
kind of in.
Kind of in. We have jobs.
Yeah.
We got them on our travels, so we actually got them before we left, but then we decided we wanted to do more interviews just to see what we were...
What was out there
and what we were entitled to and what we could have got.
There wasn't much else out there.
Well, in fairness, the interview that I did and the interview you did, we found out that we were worth more.
That's true.
We used them to negotiate and got nicer salaries and better benefits anyway.
Yeah.
Paying off kind of registration fees and insurance and that sort of stuff. The upfront cost that just takes a bit of a lump out of our spending money when we get down there.
You know?
It's so exciting.
conversation.
Anyway, moving along. We got out of Ireland. Are we?
Eventually,
planned.
after much stress,
Much stress.
much strain.
I'm not going to say on the old relationship, right?
I thought it wasn't just meant in general.
No.
It wasn't talking about the relationship,
Okay.
James.
Well, there's no strain in the relationship.
Haha.
We got to live together being stuck in Ireland. That was,
We
you know,
did.
we hadn't lived together, and because we were getting
We
stuck,
got to be locked in together.
we got an
We also
apartment.
got to be locked in apart, which was very interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. Didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that
No.
either. Different counties.
Yeah.
Breaking borders.
Bring boards to each other after about 3 months in.
It was not. It was a month in. I went to see you on your birthday, which is literally the 9th of April.
Yeah, but you wouldn't touch
and
me.
literally lockdown started on what, 17th of March.
It's
So
tough.
literally 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough 3 weeks.
No, I wouldn't touch it because at that point the risk of the unknown. I didn't want to bring in your germs into my hospital. Filthy telehospital in Tunisia.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're here now
Yeah.
on our travels. So we started off leaving Dublin Airport, and on our big flight to New Zealand, we said we'd stop off in a couple of places along the way. And our first stop, a little bit closer to home than we probably anticipated, was Budapest, Hungary. The reason for that,
My favourite city in Europe.
we really
world?
we really wanted to see it. I really want to see it. Louise's been there plenty of times,
I've gone a few times. I've been very blessed.
and it worked out quite well in terms of getting our flights onto our next location, which is Abu Dhabi.
It was cheap as fuck. Beep.
It was it was good price, and it made sense, so why not? So we went there for 3 nights, which ultimately ended up just being 2 days because we arrived late and left early. So we had 2 full days in Budapest, but which was kind of enough.
Yeah, was we never stopped walking the whole time we were there, I don't think.
Yeah, with like 35,000+ steps
Yeah.
each on both days,
think.
and we kind of had to we went for a little jog on the second morning just to try and get some of the scenery further out in, because it would have just taken too long to walk out and in. But what did we do there? So we obviously arrived in late. We arrived into our hostel where we had a private room, which was nice.
Private room in the hostel.
Private room in the hostel.
Hashtag Cliff.
Because before we left, we actually hadn't been living together for about 3 or 4 weeks. So it was nice to, be back together again, spending more time together.
Yeah.
And yeah, what did we do the first morning? We got up and kind of walked the city. We went for brunch because we didn't have breakfast.
You know what we did the first morning?
All right.
I can't remember. I need to get my diary out.
We went for brunch
We
in
did
a place
actually
called
find
Brunch.
a class brunch place right next to us.
Unreal. I think it was called just Brunch or Brunch Buda or something like
I
Brunch
think it was
Budapest,
brunch, yeah.
which was phenomenal. We sat inside. It was quite warm actually. We hadn't been used to heat.
We sat inside.
Well, there were outdoor seats, there were indoor seats, but
Who knows what the people want to hear?
And I got a lovely avocado toast with a poached egg or two poached eggs, with loads of avocado and
James,
sourdough bread.
right?
That was just really, really nice. Recommending.
Yeah, okay.
So we know to go back to
Yeah.
to if we ever go to Budapest. I think you had pancakes or something, did you?
Yeah, I think we just walked for a really long time.
Yeah. Well, not to bring it back to food, but we did go for a chimney cake, which is kind
Oh,
of
we did.
it was
So we
important.
did the Basilica. Well, we didn't do it. We walked by it.
Walked by the Basilica.
And we did Parliament.
Oh, before the Parliament,
did
we
the
touched a
markets.
man's belly and beard that gives us good sex for
Oh,
life.
yeah. No, food and sex.
Food and
Belly
sex.
for food, the moustache for sex, which I don't really understand. But
No.
maybe someone was taking the piss when they told me that. But,
Hey, look, we touched his belly. Well, I touched his belly and his mustache. And I've had great food along the way, bar maybe 1 or 2 occasions, so that was pretty good.
well, we have had food poisoning.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Not hungry though.
Not in Hungary. No, Hungary was great. So yeah, so Basilica, the Parliament, that was pretty cool. Actually, it's
Yeah.
huge,
Parliament's class.
and along the river as well. It was really, really cool.
And then we did the hike up to Victory Monument.
Oh, we did too.
That day, yeah.
Yeah. Did we get the chimney cake before or after that?
Well, before that. That
Before
was
that.
after Parliament that we got the chimney cake. Then we kind of walked around. That was Pest, wasn't it? That side.
That was Pest. Yeah.
We walked around Pest a bit more, and then we crossed the Green Bridge, which we do know the name of. Or we did know the name of.
It's in your actual written
But
diary.
that's because Charles Bridge was actually closed for construction while we were there. So Charles Bridge is a very pretty bridge in Buda. But,
Well, it's probably between Buda and Pest, really, if you think about it.
oh, sorry, yeah, in Budapest. So we used the Green Bridge, which was a lot more steps for us. But No harm. No harm.
Yeah, we need that with all the food.
Yeah.
We need the steps with all the food we want to eat.
And actually, the hike up to Victoria Monument was really nice. It was great to use the city.
Yeah.
Really nice panoramic.
It was like steps for the first while, and then it was zigzag kind of up.
Yeah.
But there was loads of ways you could have went. It was kind of a weird one.
And then we realised that the market we'd been to in the morning was actually going to be closed. Soon, wasn't it? 6 o'clock, whatever?
I think it was 6, and at that stage it was like 4:30, and we were deciding if we were going to walk up to the palace
or not.
Or
the
go get
fisherman's
food.
bison.
That's the one. The fisherman's bison.
Bison?
And
instead we chose food. We chose food.
Well, we did want to get there was stalls in this marketplace. It was
yeah, looked class.
And it looked great, it looked very authentic.
Can't remember the name of it. Don't recommend.
Well,
after our food experience.
So the market itself has loads of like food, fruit stalls, butchers, like all the kind of really cool marketplace things that you get in a European market. And then upstairs had loads of like antique bits and souvenirs and like very much hungry merchandise. And then on one kind of right angle there's loads of food stalls. And we're like, oh, we'll get some Hungarian food.
What was it called? Can't remember.
So the Lagos.
Oh, Lagos.
Lagos, which was like a
pizza base.
It's like a pizza without the melted cheese. The cheese on top was not melted, and sour cream instead and it was on top of the cheese. That was all instead of the tomato base, and it was cold. It was interesting.
It wasn't bad, but it was a rip-off because every time they added something on, the price went up, which was not explained anywhere.
And it was actually quite expensive to start off with in comparison to the rest of Hungary.
Yeah.
Which you would nearly think the opposite when you're in a marketplace.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Maybe we're just a bit naive or...
We're trying to do our traveller vibes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the market. Oh yeah, we get the local food. And then fucking hell, it, cost us a fortune.
So that was Louise's job to get the Largos.
Which I completed.
And it was my job to go to like a very Hungarian stand.
To go and get a second dish.
A second dish, yeah. And I asked for something very Hungarian, something sausage. I wasn't sure what it was.
No.
It wasn't there, didn't have it. I can't even remember what it was, they didn't have it. So I got kind of a sausage, a hot dog, essentially. Big bready roll, which looked amazing.
Looked amazing.
Big, massive Hungarian sausage, which again, looked very good, tasted quite nice.
Tasted good, yeah.
And then she put a heap of lettuce and cheese, or it was lettuce and ketchup or something on it. And the ketchup was all over the bun on top, and it was just kind of messy.
And all over my top very quickly.
Yes, Louise's lovely lovely white top.
Yeah, first day of travelling, and one of my outfits already destroyed, which is a lie. I actually scrubbed it all off. It was all good. Got to wear it again and again and again. Doggo.
There's a doggo. Yeah. So yeah, and the roll wasn't great. Sausage was nice, but it was just very messy. Ketchup everywhere.
Expensive again.
And again, it was way more expensive than a meal would have been to eat out. So it was kind of, wouldn't be a highly recommend, but like we did it, we tried it, it was grand.
I wouldn't recommend.
Nice to go and look at, maybe not bother eating.
Didn't feel satisfied by the sausage.
We probably went and got chocolate and I went home and had a cup of tea with chocolate. Tea, which is Lion's tea, hashtag not sponsored, but Louise has about 2
very little left now.
Ziploc bags in her suitcase, and I have a Ziploc bag in my suitcase with Lion's tea bags in it. We're doing well, we're rationing well, but yeah, we're starting to run low. We have more to be sent down to us.
Through my storage anyway.
Yes.
We have about 3 tea bags left now.
So, so that was the first day. We got that food. We go back to the hostel then.
Yeah.
Got chocolate back to the hostel.
And then we went to some ruin bars. Oh no, ruin bar.
No, we did on the cruise.
Oh, we did the Danube cruise.
Yeah, so we got on a boat, a boozy boat.
This is when we weren't afraid to spend money.
Yeah, when we thought, oh look, let's get all the experiences. So went up and down the Danube on a boat.
So it was €25 per person. It was a cocktail cruise.
Got 3 cocktails.
3 cocktails. They were minging. I know they were fine. They were cheap alcohol, which I mean you'd expect. But
you could taste
they
how
were
cheap.
drinkable.
It was probably stronger than it needed to be, considering that the alcohol was so cheap.
Yeah.
Like I had a whiskey drink and a rum drink. Oh no, you had a whiskey drink and a rum drink. Both tasted rotten. I think I had a pina colada. Again, didn't taste great at all. Probably the best tasting. You had a wine?
A spritzer type thing, yeah.
A spritzer, yeah, it wasn't great.
Anyway, the views were nice enough. It was like, I don't know, it was a lot of window.
Yeah.
A lot of window. But
Really-
no, it was nice. It's good vibes.
And
And
it was-
then we dropped and we disembarked and went to a room bar,
Yeah.
which was really nice.
Went to 2 room
No, I
bars,
think just
did we?
the one that night, wasn't it?
No, it was definitely, we definitely went to the
Oh, we
courtyard
went to the club after.
and then we went
The
to
room
kind of
bar
an
club.
indoor club.
That
Yeah.
was nice.
So the courtyard we got, I think, really nice cocktails.
We did.
And there's 2 types of people in this world. People who like cocktails and people who lie about liking cocktails.
I don't like cocktails.
And you're lying. Because you got
Why?
cocktails that night and enjoyed it.
I think I got wine
No,
actually.
you probably did.
Oh no, I got a whiskey. I got a whiskey coke.
Which is considered a cocktail when you're out of Ireland.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
I'm even bored by this, James.
Okay.
Are we done yet?
Well, finish off Hungary and then we'll be done.
Okay. Day 2.
We went to the club.
No, what?
Okay.
I'm in my runners because I hurt my toe. So it's
Yeah.
not a laughing matter.
Kind of funny though, the frantic run away from the water.
So day 2, we got up, we did a run, very nice run, very sweaty run, it was quite hot, out to Fisherman's Bison and the Palace. I feel like we got a few looks because we were looking sweaty,
Very sweaty.
very sweaty, but
Bit smelly.
we still enjoyed it, we didn't mind.
Yeah.
And then we headed back, we got showered, and we go for brunch again,
Yeah.
did we?
No, we went brunching the last day, didn't we? Yeah.
No, I
so
don't know what we did. Oh, we went for lunch, that's what we did. We
Yeah.
went for a Greek restaurant.
Oh,
my
yeah.
god, it's our first time having Greek food, and
Yeah.
it was phenomenal.
Exciting stuff like.
Oh my god, thing of a dream.
Like 12:30 in the day, 2 glasses of wine,
Oh.
and 2 gyro plates of chicken.
Oh, jeez. And some
Oh, we did
feta,
cheese.
schnitzel.
Cheese schnitzel, sorry, yeah. Schnitzel.
Chicken. No, not
It was,
chicken.
it was cheese, yeah.
Cheese and spinach, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah, it was divine.
Oh, so good.
And we never really had Greek food in Ireland, so this was,
No, never.
fairly cool.
I don't know why.
Very
it's all
tasty.
the things we like: bread and chicken and. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were kind of feeling very full after
Very full. They were huge plates.
that. It was
oh my
all
god.
empty stomach, and you're just having this
Absolutely devoured it.
massive amount of food.
Yeah.
So we had to walk, as always.
I don't think we did. We went back to the hostel.
Did we?
Yeah, and then we booked the bats. And then we kind
Very
of sat
true.
down for a while. And
Yeah.
then
we walked.
we walked.
Went on a long walk to the bats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a long walk.
Yeah.
And I was wearing the wrong type of shorts for it. It chafed very quickly. But actually, I no longer chafe for those shorts, so maybe I've lost weight.
never
Maybe I've
know.
toned up.
Hey, all this walking,
Oh,
huh?
fuck no.
Well, now this is a fun little part of the episode here.
I think we should turn back.
So when previously we've met these little rivers, Louise has jumped on her my back and we've piggybacked across
Because I can't take off my shoe.
because
My
the
toe
toe
is
is sore.
too sore.
I think we go for it again.
Oh, James, that's a fast flowing one.
That'd be all right. You hold
You
the.
don't know how deep it is. Do you want to check out how deep?
Well, you're gonna have to come with me
we
a
have
bit.
fins. We're probably at fins. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Huh?
I'll give it to you. Maybe turn it off now.
We'll pause here for a second. Do you want to hold it?
No, wait.
So Louise is currently on my back
This is awful.
and we're
Oh no.
trekking across.
I don't have a good grip on you at all.
It's okay, I have a good grip on you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Louise's shoes obviously are causing a bit of an issue when we're walking the beach and have to cross. But now
I think
we're
my
here.
toe is causing the issue. The shoes are helping the issue.
Anyway, we're across now. Don't know how much of that you could actually hear, but or see.
Okay, let's finish Budapest. I want to have my boyfriend back to chat with him, not me. What did we do then?
yeah.
Oh, we went to the baths.
Bats, yes.
Bats, it was late by the time we got to the baths.
It was like 3:30, 4.
Yeah, so we got like an hour before sunset. We did a little bit, a half hour sunbathing maybe, and then we got into the pool. Lovely and hot, lovely baths. I'd never gone to those baths before, even though I've been in Budapest a few times. What do you think?
I think it wasn't actually sunset, but the sun was gone, so it was getting cold.
It was cooler, yeah.
But oh
The
my
baths
god,
were lovely.
I didn't expect the heat.
The heat was lovely, yeah.
Like we went into the first place, like, oh, it's kind of warm. I expected more,
Yeah.
and then we went into the second one,
Oh, it
and
was hot.
oh my god.
What was it? 30 degrees?
No, it was
34, 38 degrees.
it was 38 or 40 degrees, I think, in the far one. It was lovely and lovely.
Lovely.
Could only, like it says, recommend stay 20 minutes. I think we stayed 21 minutes, and it was plenty. It was way too
Brilliant.
much.
We were prunes.
There was a lot of romance in the air around
I
there.
was about to say, the intimacy. I
Yeah.
mean,
And it wasn't
Oh,
even
well,
a
I have
party.
been to those baths before. That's where I went to the bath party. Ah, yeah. People riding at the bath party. There wasn't that much intimacy when we went.
In
It was
comparison,
daytime.
yeah.
But there was still a bit of grinding up against people now.
Yeah, yeah.
Not like that from us now.
Plenty of shifting.
Plenty of shifting, my God.
Plenty of shifting.
I think it was the heat, you know, the heat in the
It was
water.
getting to you, yeah.
Just something. Just a little person.
But yeah, so yeah, the outdoor ones are nice. We went in and tried some of the indoor ones. It wasn't as nice. It felt a bit more icky,
Oh, yeah. I
dirty.
know.
The outdoor ones
Oh
felt
my
clean,
God.
but the indoor, yeah, not
No,
great.
no.
So yeah, we obviously washed, changed, left, and started walking back.
Yeah.
We were a little bit peckish. Or
Oh,
Louise
yeah.
is a little bit peckish.
I just want sugar.
So a little stop to Burger King where she made her own, I was going to say McFlurry, but Burger King version of
I didn't make
McFlurry.
my own. They made me a McFlurry.
Well, you put...
It was Oreo with caramel sauce.
Yeah.
It was very nice. Although the Oreo was not necessary because the caramel was very overpowering. It's funny the things you remember, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Core memory from Budapest was the fucking McFlurry.
I actually got a milkshake and nuggets, didn't I?
You know,
Not to eat together.
Oreo milkshake was
But I was like,
phenomenal.
oh, I'll have like 2 or 3 nuggets now just to keep me ticking over. Because we had a big meal that day, so we weren't going to eat big that night. It was just a tip over, really. And then the milkshake, which was actually really filling.
And then we went back to the hostel and we showered and changed.
Again, showered again. Did we shower again? And then it was
shower
the next day.
again. No, and then we went out for
Oh, we
a
did.
bottle
We
of
went
wine in the courtyard, in the ruined courtyard.
a bottle in a bucket.
So they could afford a bottle of wine
Yeah. Bottle of wine in a bucket.
in a bucket.
And we got a Sprite to start off just in case it wasn't a nice bottle of wine.
Spritzer.
I'm starting to get very hot underneath my feet, so we'll move down a little bit
Oh
towards,
yeah, sorry.
a little bit towards the sea.
And then we went home. It was an early enough night because we knew we'd get up early for our flight the next day.
Yeah, but we wanted to get up early to go for brunch
Yes. that
before
is
we
true.
went for our flight.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to go back to the brunch place again.
Yeah.
Get a good, good
Well, I
start to
think
the
we
day.
got a sliced pizza that night, didn't we?
Possibly.
Pizza me.
We did. We had extra
Yeah.
pizza meat the first night we arrived as well. It was very good.
It was good. And that's it. Shin Budapest.
Yeah, so got the breakfast the next morning, got on a flight, and then jetted off to our next location.
Which you'll have to find about next episode.
So I've been James,
Okay, bye. Oh, I'm Leans.
and this is our chit chat walking audio entry.
Audio entry at number 1.
Number 1. All right. See you later.
Bye.
Take care.